This program makes reference to content posted on Quora, KORRA.com, a fictional website imagined for comedic purposes that is the intellectual property of these podcasters. Any resemblance to Quora, QUORA.com, the popular online question and answer forum, is purely coincidental. Enjoy the show.
Hi, welcome to Science Flavored, the only podcast by three white guys. My name is Reese Rupert, and I don't really get TikTok.
My name is Christian Ridings, and I have an implicit jealous beef with all competitive spikeball players.
I'm Brady Gannon, and I was born for the stage.
The first question of today is...
What animal could kill a human the fastest?
A human.
End of podcast? Yeah, you're right. No, okay, non-human.
Sudden gunshot goes off, podcast over.
Dog with a gun.
Dog with Huh. I mean, if we're going for fastest, a cheetah with a gun.
Okay. Is it true that when you get decapitated, you still are alive for a little bit?
Yeah, I think so. Like 10 seconds or less.
Now, in the most liberal sense of the term alive, your brain is still moving, but
You're
you
still
have
receiving
no EKG.
stimulus.
Right, okay, well then how do you define death?
There are three things that you need to have to be defined as dead. Let me remember what they are.
I think there are 7 things you need to be defined as alive, so that's a weird asymmetry.
3 things. So, flatline on the EKG, no brain waves going, and you have no motor function.
Here's what I think. That was audio poison. No, but here's what I think.
Thank you.
Any animal, like a cheetah is a good instinctual answer, I think. But a cheetah has to pounce on top of you and then start biting at you and tearing at you. And that could take some time. So I think that the fastest animal could possibly kill you is if they kill you on impact. The question is, could an animal kill you on impact? Like, if a hippo ran fast enough at you, could it kill you like you were in a car crash?
Okay.
I think I know a fast sudden impact, and it involves one of the nicest species on Earth. You just drop a whale on someone.
Drop a whale.
I think that the animal has to be using its own faculties.
A whale swims down a river and jumps off a waterfall onto you.
You're at SeaWorld. It's a great Shamu show. Oh, look at that. They're moving him out of the water. Oh, he jumps? Oh my god, look! It's a massacre in the stands! Hundreds dead as the whale flips around.
I will warrant you that under certain conditions that is the correct answer, but I'm going to say that the animal has to be intentionally.
Okay.
Which could still, I mean, I've seen whales breach pretty high. I suppose that could be intentional.
I prefer the thought experiment of saying that you're in, let's say, a wrestling ring 10 feet apart, you and this animal.
Okay.
And there's a starting whistle, or however wrestling matches start, and then it's on. And you're not allowed to cooperate. I suppose, do you lie there limp? Or do you fight back?
I feel like I have a pretty good chance against most animals.
Most animals, but not the animals that are going to kill you the fastest.
Not the deadliest animals.
But not the deadliest ones. And the one that I think, if I was in a fight against it, I would have no possible chance, is pretty much just a bear.
Yeah, but here's the thing. A bear is not going to kill you in one hit, the way that a crocodile or a hippo
That's
could.
True. Yeah, then I think, well, I feel like I would have, crocodiles are slow, and surprise is their primary tool.
Yeah, but if the whistle blew and it immediately sprinted at you and bit you, they can close gaps quick.
That's true.
I feel like I could jump over a crocodile.
Yeah, but then you risk getting bit under.
Yeah, you do risk sprained ankles from that.
I think eventually the crocodile wins that fight, and I think that they could do it faster than almost any other animal.
What about a big gorilla that comes up and just punches your skull in?
Ooh.
Now that's a good.
And gorillas do use tools.
They're not allowed to use tools. We're getting back to the dog with the gun.
Damn it.
The animal needs two things to be the fastest. It needs to be able to kill you in one hit, and it needs to be able to close the 10-foot
Right.
gap very quickly. So what's the animal that can one hit you that travels the fastest?
I mean, I've been Googling venomous animals for a while now.
Venom takes a while
Out
to sink in.
Well, what if it's really good venom?
What about a rhino? You just get impaled, plus you're getting slammed by a truck.
Yeah, a rhino impalation.
Yeah. I like that. Rhinos are fast. That would kill you instantly.
This is going to be a little bit of a reach, but I think the thing that could close it even faster and even more deadly would be a giraffe.
What?
Because, giraffe hooves are like the size of dinner plates, and they kick them so hard that they can kill lions with their kick.
Yeah, if a giraffe turned around and then kicked you in the head, you would die for sure. And it would be really
Bingo.
fast. They wouldn't even need to
I
close
think
the
that
gap.
would be really fat. Exactly.
Okay. Here's what I'll say. An animal that could be specifically trained, I give it to the giraffe. If you're saying that the animal has to rely on instinct, I'll give it to the rhino.
I'm fine with identifying the giraffe as the most deadly animal. I have no qualms about that.
Under those very specific circumstances?
Right, under the wrestling ring with a month to train circumstances.
Yeah.
Someone should make a documentary about that. It would be like Rocky, except much more awkward. As it tries to run up the steps, it would probably take a while. Its hooves would be bloody, of course, from all the skulls it's gone through since breakfast.
Hey guys, are all stars actually distant suns?
Yes.
Hey guys, are atoms too small or too far away?
Oh.
Hey guys, is there a space station in Canada?
Hey guys, which animals are not what they seem to be?
Hey guys, have you ever experienced healing with sacred geometry?
Oh my god, I have a friend who is super into sacred geometry and constantly posts about
There's
how
no
he
way that's a real
believes.
thing.
I'll send you a picture of his Instagram in the call.
Is it just like really good triangles or what?
Oh, it's the first thing I have pulled up because I've been showing so many people these.
You gotta see these good triangles.
Hey guys, did anyone ever ask you if they could have your pantyhose after the flight? I have always wanted to ask
What?
this question.
Hey guys, how did it feel to cheat on your wife?
Oh no. Hey guys, what is the meaning of quick, 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 quick?
Hey guys, how do you hot rail meth?
Hey guys, what is some lingerie you will never forget?
Hey guys, what is the probability of winning no prize?
Hey guys, is spit in the bottle witchcraft?
Hey guys, has someone told you to taste the rainbow, but it's always kind of creepy too?
Hey guys, why doesn't my mouse work when I unplug my computer?
No. Hey guys, what are the scariest motivational pictures?
Hey guys, I don't want to get too sensitive here, but how did Pluto get destroyed?
Hey guys, if your wife handed you a glass filled with her warm pee, would you drink it?
Hey guys, what's the slobberiest dog you've been licked by?
Hey guys, why don't high wind speeds kill you?
I saw that one. Hey guys, what's the difference between in-laws and outlaws?
All right. Question.
Okay, I've got one.
Hold on. I was in the
Hold
kitchen
on.
getting my spaghetti. You know what? People answered the how do you hot rail meth question.
Oh no.
Oh
Okay. What exactly is the relationship between solipsism and quantum mechanics? Do you guys
no.
are you familiar with solipsism?
No.
I know the word.
I mean, I've definitely heard the
but
word before, but I got no clue.
Right. It's the philosophy, I suppose you call it a philosophy, that you as in third person you, are the only real person and everyone else is, I don't know, a simulation.
Oh, yes. I
Yeah, I think
have
we've all
panic
been
attacks about this since the age of 4. I
Right.
Yeah,
didn't know that was the
same.
name of it, though.
And of course everyone's familiar with quantum mechanics. So
Yes.
A little.
what's the relationship there?
Well, quantum mechanics affects pretty much everything in the universe.
The
So it
fact that
affects your brain, which then thinks it, and there's it.
so many numbers associated with the universe, and the fact that quantum mechanics seem to rely somewhat on chance, do lend credence to the idea that we are living in a simulation. So there's
Yeah.
that.
This is going to sound a little bit weird, but I just read The Varieties of Scientific Experience, Personal View of the Search for God by Carl Sagan.
Mm.
And in it, he talked a lot about the idea of maybe it's not some dude with a cool white beard floating around in a cloud up there, but that the God that we're thinking of is the very essence of reality, which we think we can kind of confidently say would be quantum mechanics.
Yeah. I've heard flavors of the God is science argument for a while now. I was at the botanical gardens the other day, and for reasons that I'd just rather not disclose, I was in the children's garden with all the toddlers.
I think you have to disclose this.
It was completely above board.
Okay.
All right.
If you
But
say
I
so.
saw a little boy who couldn't have been older than 5, and he was wearing a shirt, which on the front of it had kind of one of those big, warped space-time grids that sinks into like a potential well created by some black hole or something.
Like was on the Science Olympiad t-shirts.
Right. So he's obviously big on general relativity.
Yeah.
In his preschool. And on the back of it, it said, and I quote, "And then God said ... and then listed Maxwell's equations."
Huh.
And I thought this was a pretty advanced stance for him to be taking as a 5-year-old.
Yeah.
Parents always pressuring their children.
You should have
for
asked that kid
religion.
about his shirt.
Right.
You should have gotten him on the podcast.
I should have grilled him on second order differential operators.
He'd be about as good as it as I am.
I like the idea that in quantum mechanics, when you measure something, you intrinsically change it, right? You collapse the wave function, and the probabilistic nature of the system is altered. And if you interpret others around you as having a certain chance of being sentient or not, then when you interact with people around you, that's like taking a measurement. And in that moment, they always seem sentient. You know, they carry on conversations. And that's like, let's say, an electron at the point of measurement looking like a particle. But when you walk away into a separate room, that person might cease to exist. So you've lost some information about that electron, and some uncertainty has been introduced. I did not have that prepared.
Good. That's the way it should be.
Thanks for the existential crisis.
Did you guys know there's actually been several animals observed displaying existential behavior?
Do you mean being extant?
No, as in existential as in questioning their own existence.
How can you tell that?
Really?
Well, for example, there was a parrot that asked its handlers, "What color am I?" And that is technically an existential question.
Well, isn't that just self-awareness?
Either way, self-awareness is interesting for an animal.
Okay, that's fair. I think, on a somewhat separate note, I think that there are two general classes of podcasts, one being smart stuff and one being dumb stuff.
Uh-huh.
And this podcast lies at the exact intersection.
Yeah.
Exactly. Can we actually that should be our intro.
All right, I'll send that off to the writers. See what they come up with.
So, here's my question. Can you eat too many grapes? There's a lot of potential avenues that this question could take, specifically surrounding the vagueness of the term too many.
Right.
If you eat so many grapes that your wife leaves you, that's probably too many grapes. If you eat so many grapes that you go bankrupt, that's probably also too many grapes. What I endeavored to answer here was how many grapes could you eat in one sitting before you hurt yourself?
Were these calculations done on yourself through trial and error?
I may test this in the interest of full scientific coverage. I may test this on myself. These calculations are purely theoretical. So,
Damn.
the human stomach can stretch...
We gotta commit to this show, Reese. Come on.
The human stomach can stretch to 4 liters before any tearing generally starts to occur.
Okay, is that the failure mode of the human capacity, or would some of that volume come back out before you reach the 4-liter threshold?
That's a good question. This is assuming you would probably puke before you reached the number that I have calculated. This is assuming that you were able to keep it all down.
Right. I know you can have an operation to remove your tear ducts. I assume there's a corresponding operation to make it so that you are physically unable to expel mass from your innards.
So, to remove your gag reflex,
some sort of
essentially.
check valve in your esophagus.
Right. It would be a mechanical check valve. It simply doesn't open.
So, the human stomach can expand to 4 liters. The diameter of a grape is about 10 millimeters, which means that the volume of a grape is about 0.00420 liters. Spheres pack with about 74% efficiency.
Sure.
That means that you could fit about 700 grapes in 4 liters. But then I realized that you chew grapes.
Yes, I was about to say.
So they wouldn't need to pack as spheres. Assuming that your chewing did not change the density of the grapes, you could fit about 1,000 grapes in your stomach before
Is that all?
you burst.
Like, that doesn't seem that much. I'll sit down and eat 1,000 grapes right now.
No, that seems like a lot of grapes. Like, I could go out there. I have a bag of grapes in the freezer, and I'm really tempted just to start eating and see when I'm like, that's enough grapes.
Personally, I can fit 14 grapes in my mouth.
Right.
That's impressive. You should have saved that for next week.
How's your
What's up? I'm Reese. I can fit 14 grapes in my mouth.
How many grapes can you fit in your mouth? I'm gonna do it.
One.
I'll do it live on air.
That'd be great listening.
Now, frozen or
Regular
not
for sure. I'm not a
frozen.
psychopath.
Okay.
No.
Oh no.
That makes me uncomfortable just thinking about. All right, we talked a lot about liters, as in the measure of volume, in that question, and I have a couple questions specifically on the topic of liters that I'd like to throw out at you. The first one is, how many liters are in a cubic liter?
One?
This person
No,
is living
three.
in the sixth spatial dimension.
Yes.
Yeah, they're able to see the tesseract for what it really is.
Okay. So, second question on liters. How many liters are in a 5-meter pit?
What? Is a 5-meter pit like a thing?
No.
Like in baseball? Oh, the old 5-meter pit.
5.
We're gonna need 2 more dimensions, baby boy.
In the answer section, there is some poor registered professional engineer with a lot of degrees, it looks like, because he's listed them all next to his name, desperately trying to explain to this person that he needs 3 dimensions to solve this problem.
Well, I think the obvious answer there is 5.
What? So Brady, you've just invented a new measure of volume, the pit meter,
I have.
and it is
Thank
equal
you.
to 1 liter.
Yes, it is.
Let's get into our last question here. What is the basic unit of rhythm? My knee-jerk reaction to this question was time.
But no,
Seconds. But there's something more to it than that.
because seconds is a measure of time, not rhythm. A measure of rhythm would have to be how funky something is.
Is that how you're choosing to take it?
Yes.
Uh,
Like, this song has more rhythm than this song.
So what's the funk factor?
oh yes. I see what you mean. You're not talking beats per minute, you're talking about
Right, beats per minute is a measure of tempo.
bangers per song.
See, that would, you're getting into derived units then. I think we need to make something up out of whole cloth.
I was just thinking funk units.
Funk units?
This song is 12 funk units.
What's the conversion rate of funk units, though?
To,
Well, that's the question, isn't it?
well, it depends on if it's derived from anything.
I feel like the funk units need to come from the beats themselves. So what would we refer to those beats as?
Like, you would have, like, big hits per unit time.
Yeah, like usually in jazz, you're having them every 5/8 or so.
5/8, as in a time signature?
Yeah, so every 5 measure, you're usually going to have something that's going in there to jazz it up a little bit. They usually call that the swing beat or the swing measure.
Okay. So I'm hearing that a funk unit, and I'm writing this down,
Okay.
is equal to number of cool things per time it takes to do that, so unit time.
I think as a basis, there should be just a general basis to how compelling the drum line of the
Okay,
song is.
so maybe this is okay. So hear me out. Number of we treat this as almost a percentage. So number of funky beats out of total beats.
Okay, so it's a sliding scale from 0 to 1.
Yeah, and we can almost rate songs using that.
Okay, so how do you define a funky beat as opposed to a regular beat?
Whew. Well, I want to quote Louis Armstrong on this one. Let me pull up the quote. Okay, I can't find the quote, but essentially, you can't define what swing is. You just have to feel it.
Interesting. What if I listen to a song, and update you all on each beat whether I think it's funky or not, and we can sort of go from there.
Yeah, I think that a good song to do this to would be the Scatman. I think that's a.
I was gonna listen to Amber by 311.
Oh, of course.
I think that's a very good
makes
choice.
sense.
What if we do it per second instead of per beat? I think per beat is too granular.
Right, so as you're listening to the song, as every second goes by, you're doing the internal calculations. Was that last second funky or not?
Yes.
All right, I'll be keeping tabs.
Okay. Funky, 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 funky.
Okay, I think you just like
Funky.
311.
Yeah, you just really like Amber. Okay, let me just find a random song that has a pretty defined beat for you. Oh, this would be a good song. Here. Why don't we go with Lone Digger, Caravan Palace.
Okay.
So I feel like that would have a good amount of funk to non-funk, so that it's not funk, funk, funk.
Okay. Funky. Not funky. Not funky. Funky. Funky.
About 50-50 so far.
Funky. Funky. Funky.
Oh, hell yeah.
This went on for some time, so I'll just drop you at the end.
Yeah, I was listening through that. I would agree with most of what he said.
Alright, so I counted 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 funky beats per 15 total beats. So that would get you
A funky factor.
a funky factor of 0.6, which is respectable.
You know, if I was thinking about that song, I would call that about that funk factor.
I think that the average funk factor is around a 0.3.
Interesting.
So a 0.6 really.
I think
is
so.
pretty good.
Yeah.
So Reese, have you heard that song before?
I have not.
Okay, I think that is important that you should be unbiased when
I have heard an electro swing song before though, so it kind of feels like I've heard this one.
I mean, do we want to test it again?
Sure. I think one more sample, maybe.
Well, I think maybe let's switch up genres then.
Can I throw one in the ring?
Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to send you, Brady, a link. Or are we doing Reese for all three?
I'll do it.
Okay, I'm gonna send you, Brady, a Spotify link real quick.
Tell me the name of the song so I can listen.
It's gonna be a surprise. Thank you very much.
Here, I grabbed a sheet
You
of
guys
paper.
ever listen to the Minecraft soundtrack and get really emotional?
Oh, constantly. Do you guys want to play some of that? Because they just added that new ore.
Yeah.
This
we
could morph into a Minecraft podcast like that.
should.
Good. Okay.
Okay, get a clean take of about 30 seconds.
Okay. Let's go. Funk.
Really?
Not funk.
These beats are taking a while to come in.
This is so much longer than mine.
The introduction to this song has a very long, drawn out.
Well, it's not just the introduction. I've sent you Claire de Lune.
I understand this. I believe I would like a different genre because I feel like listening for funk and classical music misses the point of what funk
No, I
is.
could do it.
Funk destroys classical.
I'll send you a funky classical song, Reese. Don't even sweat.
Let me go through this one first and let's figure it out.
Oh, you want to go through Claire de Lune?
Yes.
Okay. It is.
Okay, we
6
gotta do
minutes
it
long.
faster.
Yeah, I'll speed up time. Okay. Yeah, still funky.
Alright.
Not funky. Not funky. Not funky.
This is more what I expected.
Nah, not funky. Not funky. Oh, there's a funky.
Mm-hmm. That G sharp at 47 seconds.
There was a nice little spike in there.
Okay,
Okay.
so that's that. We have 4 funky beats out of 10 beats total. Funk factor of 0.4.
I'd say it's about right.
Yeah, I mean, if we're having average as 0.3, and I wouldn't think of classical as always being super funky, I can see why Claire de Lune would be a little funkier than normal.
There's definitely songs on the Minecraft soundtrack that I've not heard before, so are they just not in the song? I don't get it. They're not in the game. I've had a little diversion.
Okay. I learned in class the other day that one of the first scales used for testing the hardness of materials was created by one guy going around saying, well, this one's pretty hard, and this one's not as hard, and this one's kind of in the middle, and then any new materials would just be rated relative to the data points he collected on those original materials. And I think that's where we're heading with the funk unit. We have a 0.4, which is defined by definition as Claire de Lune, a 0.6, which is defined as whatever electro swing thing Brady thought up,
Lone Digger.
a lone digger, and I think we have room for something to serve as a benchmark of high funk, something to strive for.
I have one.
Is it Amber by 311?
No, it's not that one. Hold up. I suddenly forgot what Kendrick track it is.
Oh, it's King Kunta.
Yes, it is. You know exactly what I was
King
thinking
Kunta
about.
is a 10.
I have not heard this song.
Oh, absolutely.
So I could be.
Oh,
I
well,
can
fantastic.
Be
We
an
can have
unbiased
you verify.
reviewer.
Okay, I'll keep track. Also, for the record, if you say not funky once, this test is invalid.
Okay, I'm gonna pick an arbitrary 30 seconds from the song.
I just skipped to the middle 30 seconds. I can promise you it is.
Okay, here we go. 3, 2, 1. Oh, shit. Funk. 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 Oh, key change. What? Funk. 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 Alright. That sounds good enough.
Guys, I've changed my mind. I want this to be the podcast now. Instead of just saying, ooh, this is funky.
The Funk Rating Podcast. Okay, so what was your final tally?
Okay. I was keeping tallies on that one, and they were coming fast. The beats did not stop.
Yeah.
I had 3 no funks and just a whole slew of funks. It's gonna take me a second to rally these all up.
I feel like the perfect funky song hasn't been made yet, and it's okay if this scale reflects that. There's always something to strive for.
So the funk factor of this fun new song called King Kunta is
Fresh hot single.
is 23 over 26, 0.88.
I will accept that result. That is
I'm
a
okay with that.
high funk factor.
That's a big funk.
I feel like this podcast has been. If I had to extract one theme from this podcast, it's units of measure.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is not what we were expecting. Okay, let me try to run a final question by you. I don't know if it'll work or not.
Yeah, one more would be good.
This is kind of an interactive one, so it's gonna come in 2 parts. Okay, pick a number. Don't say it out loud, but have it in your head. Okay.
Between what and what?
It is not specified by this question asker.
Okay.
Okay, you have it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now tell me, why did you pick it?
I picked 7 because it's the number.
It's the number to pick, right?
I picked 69 because.
Oh well, that's
it's
also the number. That's the
It
other
is
number.
The number. That's the sex number.
The number to pick as a function of time is a piecewise function, where it's 7, where time is less than 2008, and 69, where time is greater than 2008.
420 is also
Acceptable.
mingled in there.
Right.
That was what I was originally going to go with, but I thought you were going with 420, so I was like, well, 69 it is.
Right. It's kind of like a weird Scattergories prisoner's dilemma situation.
Yeah, exactly.
The Scattergories Prisoner Dilemma is the name of my band. That's exactly what it is.
It's really